Today I've got another super quick recipe for you guys. It's our protein cookie dough bites that we've been making on repeat in our house. They're just 4 ingredients and they're no bake. You can make them in just 5 minutes. And they're endlessly customizable to keep it fun. So we're going to start with a smooth, natural nut butter of choice. We are using almond here so that it can go to my kid's school. But if you can use peanuts, go right ahead. That'll bump up the protein even more. Then we're adding some protein powder and then some maple syrup. And then our 4th ingredient, which is optional because one of my kids actually does not want the chocolate chips added, making it only a 3 ingredient recipe. And then you're just going to give it a mix. It seems a little dry at first, but it will come together. Now, based on your nut butter or your protein powder, your texture could be a little different. If you find it to be too wet after you've tried to mix it for a while, then add a little more protein powder. And if it's too dry, then you can add a little bit more syrup or a little bit more nut butter. When you've got it all mixed, it will be still soft, but it shouldn't be sticky. And then we're going to portion it out. You got a couple options here. I'm just going to use a smaller cookie scoop to get about table-sized portions, or you can press it into a small parchment-lined dish, and then once you've refrigerated it, you can cut it into squares. And if you do it this way, it's fun to actually leave the chocolate chips out at this point and then to melt them after and to pour them over top in a nice chocolate layer. Or you can push these down into little pucks and you can coat them in chocolate and make little protein peanut butter cups. Like I said, my kids like the version with less chocolate. They're always telling me my chocolate is too dark. So they like this version or the version with no chocolate chips at all. And once you've got them all divided up, then we're just going to pick them up one by one and roll them in our hands, get them nice and round. And then we're going to pop it in the fridge or the freezer, and it's just going to get them to firm up a little bit, and that is it. After they firmed up, I transfer it to an airtight container like a Pyrex or a Tupperware, and you just store it in the fridge or the freezer until you need them. So here's another fun way to use these things. I made another batch, but I made them much smaller little balls and froze them, and then I added them to a 2 ingredient ice cream to make 6 ingredient protein cookie dough ice cream. How good does that look? Let me know if you guys want that recipe and I can post that one next. It's 2 ingredients to make vanilla. You use a food processor instead of an ice cream machine, and it's super rich and creamy.